Good morning. I'm going to pick a card or a couple of cards from Kalia's Dream, my oracle deck. It's a beautiful deck. And I'm going to have a card for the day. So sunny yesterday, and today it's raining. And I think on these days it's always an invitation to breathe, like I just did, and to gently move inward. And then we're in the right place to listen and to hear knowledge from a card, whether it be mine or another deck. Let's see what we've got today. So this is the beautiful cover of the card. So thrilled with that. That's my painting of my fallen angel, Kalia. And the card we've got today is vulnerability. So this definitely resonates for me, and yeah, I've noticed that when I've been doing the card readings, the cards seem to be very apt for the person or the circumstances or the question that's been asked. So vulnerability, and I do feel a bit vulnerable today. I put my toe into dating again after being very hurt by a relationship end, and had been chatting to someone for a couple of weeks. And finally we were supposed to be meeting up yesterday, and at the last hour he backed out and just said a sort of gave a very strange reason, that I was exceptional and creative and he would rather have met in a different way. So, it left me feeling quite vulnerable. Of course, it went straight to my rejection and sadness at the end of the loss of my last relationship. So yeah, I am feeling vulnerable today. So what does Spirit say to me about that, and to you if you're watching this? I guess you've fallen upon this, and you might be experiencing vulnerability in a different way than I have, but vulnerability is the word. Vulnerability is recommended when opened to through choice. So vulnerability is recommended when open to through choice. So it's just saying, when you're feeling that vulnerability, don't cover it over, actually be open about it and make a choice to open to that vulnerable feeling, because it's your inner self, your inner child, or that child part of yourself, that child innocent archetype that is needing you to hold their hand, or is needing your arms around them. Unfurl your hands. So, we can be feeling like a child when they're upset and feeling vulnerable. They might have their hands tight. Just like unfurl your hands, just release your hands and feel the softness of your soul rise from your palms. Allow its presence full reign. Hold your graceful favor, then hear its message to you. So I'm going to invite you to do this as a little exercise now. So I want you to just take a moment, rub your hands together, clench them tight as you think about the thing that you are feeling vulnerable about. Take a deep breath and then unfurl your hands. Another deep breath, and then allow your presence, that more peaceful place within you, to rise and feel its presence. That is feeling your graceful favor, the grace within you and how it favors you, how it can gift you if you connect with it. So let's take a moment to connect to our graceful favor. And just feel the healing that's held within that space. The healing to that vulnerable part of yourself. Now just bring it towards you and feel it absorb in that place of vulnerability. Take a deep breath and come back into the room. And just notice how you feel now. I feel a bit more able to get on with my day now, having done that. And I just want to keep absorbing that graceful favour and see how it impacts me throughout my day. Today I'm going off to an art gallery to look at a possibility of having some of my art there, or maybe holding some art workshops there. So I'm really looking forward to that. And then I'm moving on to my son's to go out for lunch and see him. So 3 cards have popped out as I was shuffling and talking about that. So these are obviously relevant, again, for the day. So the first one is compassion. Within us all lies the compassionate self, the unacknowledged unity of love within, to which we all have membership. Compassion is not greed reversed. It stems from kindness and truth. It has multi-strands of love to weave. If you care to look, you will find its foundation is faith. Okay, so the message for me today is to be compassionate to myself and to others, but also just to have faith that, whatever that I was upset about yesterday with that possibility, actually there's another story that I'm supposed to be on in my life. That's not my story to go that route. So I'm taking that as a faith card and a card to be kind to myself. The next card I got was Revelation. The veil of our significance awaits our revelation. The sweet dawn of our deeper being longs for our encounter. Only the hand of innocuous fate can lift the lace of this facade to reveal all that we are, moving us beyond our certain demise, propelling us into the majesty of the great and wonderful beyond. So I take this card in my circumstance. I'm just sharing these with you as well because I think they're introducing the cards and the sort of concepts within the cards from Spirit, and how you could use them if when I get the deck for sale, which is something I'm working on. Yeah, so with this one, it's like I'm here for something more than whatever I think I'm here for, and that deeper aspect of myself that knows, that has that knowledge, has that wisdom, is really longing for an encounter with me. And I take that as connecting more and channeling more, because a lot of this work I've channeled over the years, so maybe now's the time to re-encounter that. And at the moment, fate will lift the hand on this facade. I think we're all striving, particularly at this time, we're all striving to a more deeply connected and loving world. And to do that, we need to really stand in our authentic strength. And I think often people think, well, peace, trying to work for peace and all that. What good will that do? But actually, it's not the soft touch. There's a lot of strength in being authentic. and listening and knowing boundaries and speaking truths. There's a lot of strength in that, and bringing peace to the world. So if you're feeling that your work is around helping others and bringing peace, then don't feel it's futile. It's what we're here to do, as a human race. And that part of us that knows this is longing for that deeper encounter with us, propelling us into the majesty of the great and the wonderful beyond. Yeah, and the more I have a deeper understanding of the bigger thing, let's call it that, the more majesty I feel, and the more, this is the thing. I think people think that, if you're very spiritual, you're a bit wafty and a bit woo-woo and you're not facing the real world. No, that's not the case. The more spiritual you are, the more connected you feel. And by spiritual, I don't mean religious. I mean feeling a sense of connection to a deeper something, to the divine, if you want to call it that, to God, if you want to call it that, to universal consciousness, if you want to call it that, to nature, to Mother Earth. The mystery that we hold, life is a mystery. I mean, the fact that we're spinning around and we're being held by gravity, isn't that just mysterious enough for you, for people? So to lean into that mystery and enjoy. Once you start leaning in, you do start to feel way more connected to something more. And that is unconditional love. So no matter how much lack of love or fear or conflict there is on the planet, we can connect to that deeper love of the wonderful beyond. And all of us can do that. Every single one, no matter what our circumstances, we can reach in and find that love and peace. So that's what I'm talking around the revelation. I'm channeling a bit here. And then the final one is significance. Just looking at the time, I've got to leave in 5 minutes and I've still got a full cup of tea. A full cup of tea. Tea for Tara. My daughter got me that. She always gets me beautiful cups. I'm a real mug fan. I'm a mug fan. Anyway, back to significance. Take a moment. Address the inner core, the center of your significant being. Once found, expand that feeling outward. Flood your system with the scent of your importance. You are meant to be here. You bring your essence into the mix, your beauty, your grace, your significance. So let's do that just to finish. Let's take a moment to address the inner core, the center of your significant being. And once found, now if you do this on a regular basis, you'll be able to find that instantly. I can, because of the amount of spiritual kind of work that I do, I find I can connect to that place like straight away. But if it's something that's new to you, then you will find it will take some time to get to that place, where you feel suddenly you drop a level into peace. And so don't worry about that. Keep to it, but just don't allow the monkey mind to tell you it's all bullshit, because it ain't. I'm telling you. I've had some really incredible beautiful spiritual experiences that I know are not of my own mind's making. And it's well worth it. It's well worth the journey through overcoming the egoic mind that wants to tell us otherwise, wants to keep us, I think that's part of the soul's challenge. We're born with an ego that develops, and that ego is there, a bit like a kind of challenging mentor to keep challenging you, to keep getting you to question, to keep getting you to want to know more, to keep getting you to rebel against stuff that's not good for you or good for the planet, and to challenge your soul to come forward. And I like this idea, and this has just come through as a channel there. It's not something I've ever thought about before, but now I'm thinking about it. I like this idea that the soul and the ego come in hand, and the ego is there, you know, to course correct us, to give us tough questions, to make us make stupid mistakes, to get us to question what's going on, to help us to understand more deeply the nature of our soul essence and our soul being in this bigger experiment called life on planet Earth. And then I'm sure there's so much more for our souls to experience, but this moment in time we are incarnated into this vessel and we are here. And we want to make the most of that. Don't waste it. So let's just take a moment. And I just want to share with you that what I just said was channeled. That what came through me. It's not something I'd planned to say. Not something I'd even thought about. But the cards enabled me to expand upon the expression in here and allow my soul to speak, or my spirit to speak, or my higher self to speak, whatever it may be, a mix of those things, but it allowed or it may be a guide coming through bringing that wisdom. It doesn't really matter, it's wisdom, and in it there are things that can help you and me and people to better understand ourselves. So we're going to do a little exercise. Take a moment, breathe in, and we're going to just address the inner core. And in addressing it, we're acknowledging it. We're acknowledging that it's there, the deeper part of ourselves. So let's do that. And breathe into it. Say hello. As I'm saying hello, I'm feeling a smile upon my face. And you know, if you get a silly little image of this little illustrated character waving at you or something, that's fine. That's just go with it. I love bringing humour into spirituality. I think it's really important because it's such a high, humour and love and joy is such a high vibration. You know, when we say that, it sounds like very woo-woo, doesn't it? But vibration, it just means that the energy feels good. It's good energy. So once you find that core of your being, I want you to imagine just expanding that outwards now. Just imagine that energetic truth of who you are just expanding out. That's right. See it moving to the walls of your room or wherever you are. And we don't need to take it right out. We just want to take it out, maybe, I don't know, 10 feet or something, just on the first go. And just sit with it there, the expanded essence of your core, your soul, the part of you that knows. Just expand that out to about 10 feet in circumference around you. Just imagine it going all the way around you to the back. And just sit in that for a moment. I don't know about you, but for me that feels really good. It just feels right. And then just listen to this. You are meant to be here. You bring your essence into the mix. Your beauty, your grace, your significance. You bring your essence into the mix. So allow your soul passage into your life. Allow it access, allow it to come through you, the essence of you, your soul, to come through all the filters of your personality that you have created. Just allow it to be part of that mix. It doesn't want to take over, it just wants to be part of it. Just get a sense of that now. You, as you know yourself to be in a certain context, because we're different in different contexts. But you perhaps in a place where you feel like you're most authentic, where you're within the company of people that you can truly be yourself. And then just allow more of that soul essence to become present in the mix of who you are, so that people sense it and feel it, so that you radiate with it. So that you connect with life and people in a different, deeper, more connected way, because that feels so much better than the pretense. Okay, so we'll just come back into the room. Just take a moment just to come back to rub your hands together, just bring you back, because we've been in a sort of spiritual space. Feet on the ground. And there we go. So that was a session. I'm experimenting with my cards to see how they're going to develop. I don't know at the moment. I'm doing one-to-one readings with people, working on whatever they want to work on using the cards in that same way that we've just done. As with all my spiritual work, my creative and artistic work, I allow it to happen and I allow it to take me somewhere. And I'm not sure where this is leading me, but all I'm saying is I'm enjoying the journey. And I hope you are too. And I hope that's given you a lot of peace today. All right. Thank you.